Dear friends, welcome to Shasha's virtual classroom. So today we'll be discussing trial balance, how to prepare a trial balance, and so here you can see there is a practice exercise. This is from David Hopkins. So you can see they are given all these things, all the details, sales, returns, purchases, and all they are given. And prepare a trial balance as at 31st December 2015 from the balance extracted from Hassan's books and calculate the balance on his capital account. So we are supposed to prepare the trial balance. So how do we prepare the trial balance? So the trial balance, the format of trial balance is something like this. So trial balance as on 31st December 2025, particulars, debit, credit. So it is a statement, okay? So it is a statement. That's why it is trial balance as on 31st December 2015. So we have to just plug in the figures. So they would have given the details. We have to just plug in the figures. What will come in debit and what will come in credit? Sales will always come in credit. Sales return is opposite of sales. Sales return will always come in debit. Purchases always debit. Purchase return always credit. So you have to understand this. Whatever you have learned till now, you have to apply and then you have to prepare the trial balance. So coming to the question again here. See, the question is here. So remember one thing. Before preparing trial balance, just remember one thing: assets and expenses are all debit balances. Okay, assets, real account assets. Assets means um, plant and machinery, delivery bank. So all these are assets. So all these and expenses. So purchases, wages, heating and lighting. All these are expenses. Are all debit balances. They should be all be debits. So this will always be debit balances and they should appear on the debit side. Okay. So remember this, learn this by heart. So this is very much helpful. Very basic foundation to for balances. Then liabilities and income. Liabilities and revenue are all credit balances. Liabilities and revenues are all credit balances. So what are liabilities? Liabilities are something we owe, right? So liabilities can be internal as well as external. So internal is capital. So external are like loans, accounts payable, all those are liabilities. So payables, all payables are liabilities. So these are all external liabilities, these are internal liabilities. Whether they are internal or external, they are always credit balances. Revenue or income are all credit balances. They always you have to write on the credit. So it's simple. So unnecessarily don't exaggerate, learn a lot of things, nonsense and everything. Just remember this. We can do you have to just identify whether the given particular item is debit or credit. So sales is a revenue, so it is an income, it is a credit balance. So sales return is a debit balance. So purchases is a debit balance. Purchase returns Purchase return is again credit balance. Wages is again debit balance. Heating and lighting expense debit balance. Rent payable expense debit balance. Rent receivable income revenue credit balance. Advertising expense debit balance. Postage and telephone expense debit balance. Discount allowed expense debit balance. Discount received income revenue credit balance. Plant and machinery asset debit balance. Delivery van asset debit balance. Bank balance asset debit balance. Trade receivables asset debit balance. Trade payables liability credit balance. Drawings opposite of capital, that is always debit balance. Drawings by default credit balance, but it is balancing figure. So you have to put accordingly. You just put it on the debit side or credit side, and then you can you total it up. You'll get the value. So we'll just do it. So we can prepare the trial balance. So seeing the question. So here you can see this is the question which is available. So you can make down, note down, or take a screenshot or whatever. Or if you have the textbook, you can use it, or take the screenshot, and then we will just finish it off. So now sales, sales is an income, sales return is an expense, purchases is an expense, purchase return is a reverse of purchases, wages is an expense, heating and lighting is an expense, rent payable is an expense, rent receivable is an income. So it should come on credit side. We'll rectify it. Or advertising is an expense. Post and telephone is an expense. Discount allowed is an expense. Discount received. So see rent receivable. So rent receivable is an income. So discount received is an income. Plant and machinery is an expense. Is an asset. So always a debit balance. So then delivery van is an asset. Always a debit balance. Bank is an asset. Debit balance. Trade receivables is an asset. Debit balance. Trade payables is a liability. Drawings always a debit balance. So then, so when we total it, we get these values 210,000 and 175,000. So capital will be the balancing figure. So what you can do is 2 lakh 10,000, 210,000 minus 174,000. So see, when you put this, this will both tally. So this is balancing figure, simple. So it's very simple. Just you need to know this concept. So just remember, all assets and expenses are all debit balances, all liabilities and revenues are all credit balances. Just remember this simple funda. It's very simple, very easy. So easy marks if it comes into question, and any questions based on this either MCQs or anything, it's easy marks. So don't miss out. So lot of questions are based on this balances, concept of balances. We will be often using this technique in solving lot of problems. So be prepared. So we'll just finish this, and we'll just see the next problem. So next problem is, an inexperienced bookkeeper has extracted a trial balance as at 31st December from RD's books. It contains some errors and does not balance. Premises, this is correct. Or plant and equipment, this is correct. Office equipment asset, correct. Wages is correct. Rent payable is an expense, so it should not come here. So it should not come here. It should come here. So heat and lighting correct. Other operating expenses correct. Sales is correct. Purchases is correct. Discount allowed is an expense. It should come here, not here. So discount received is an income. It should not come here. It should come here. Bank account is a debit balance. Correct. Trade receivables is a Debit balance correct. Trade payables is a liability. It's correct. So purchase returns. Purchase returns are opposite of purchases. It should come on the credit side. So it should not come here. It should come this side. So sales returns. Sales returns are reverse of sales. They should be debit balance. It should come here. Rent receivable is an income. It should come this side. Capital is a liability. Drawings should not come here. Drawings should come here. So that's all. So you can do this as a assignment. So it's very simple, very easy. So this chapter is done, and this is the end of bookkeeping. So we'll see. We'll start financial accounting in the next class. Till then, bye bye.